Hey everybody, Tony George, DocSports.com. Tuesday, you know what that means? Every Tuesday we release a college football game for you early in the week to get down on, take advantage of a number. Last week it was Northwestern plus the number against Nebraska. And as we say, it comes down to the wire in that one, and it sure did. Um, Nonetheless, here quickly on Tuesday, before we get to your free Big Ten football play that you need to get down on early in the week to take advantage of a good line, wanted to update you on a couple of things quickly here. Of course, later today we will tape the opening NFL line report, which I do every Tuesday afternoon after I get done shooting the 10 and 10s and the marquee matchups with Scott Spicer down at the Doc Sports studio. So be looking for that later today. It'll be out overnight, and then we'll post up the 10 and 10 and the marquee matchups, two marquee matchups this week. And there's a lot of marquee matchups in college football this week. But quickly here on a Tuesday, we do have a NHL card. It is our biggest NHL card of the season to date. It's a doubleheader, a 4 and a 3 unit play for 7 units of action. We are unbeaten in the NHL. We gave you a free play yesterday in the NHL. Continues to win. And, of course, your Major League Baseball free play won. Somebody came on here in the comment section and says there's no such thing as a sweep in the Major League Baseball playoffs. Well, yeah, there is when the Minnesota Twins are involved. Enough said. 2-0 free yesterday. Come on. Gave you Green Bay free on Sunday. Went 2-1 with free plays on Saturday. We're rolling along here with your free picks. 7-3 last week of football. Banked the San Francisco 49ers last night. Maybe they're for real. Now they're catching 3.5 for the Rams. We'll talk about that at the NFL line report. But nonetheless, be remiss to my duties if I didn't tell you that we lost a top play yesterday on the over in the Dodgers and National games. Dodgers left runners stranded all over the place. One out, bases loaded in the 7th. Couldn't get anybody in. Lost it by 1. Very disappointing. Not laying a run line today on Houston or anything like that. I'm passing in baseball. I'm disappointed with my baseball postseason to date, and I'm going to turn that around for you beginning tomorrow. Write that down. Tattoo it to your girlfriend's rear end. That's what we're going to do. But big NHL card tonight. College football this weekend. We were 7-3 last week. Overall in football, hitting a 7-unit pick. We did lose a 6-unit pick on the Bears, but a nice profit last week, about $1,400 for a $100 player in football. Expect another great Saturday, Thursday, Friday games. There's even a Wednesday game, which I'm not going to get near. App State's playing in that one in college football. But college football, the last 5 Saturdays, all 5 have profited. And we're unbeaten 6-0 with college football top plays this year. Get over to Docs. Take advantage of that free $60 we give you if you're a new member and put it towards a weekend package. Click the link in the description below. Thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's get to your free play here today, and we're going Big Ten action, and we are going to go Penn State at Iowa. Iowa is currently in Kinnick Stadium catching 4 points off a loss. Kirk Ferentz gets his team fired up after losses. As a matter of fact, the last 5 times they had a loss the following week, they won 4 out of 5 times straight up. No offense against Michigan whatsoever. Stanley looked terrible, throwing picks all over the place. Couldn't get anything going in the big house against the Wolverines, which is a little surprising because Jim Harbaugh is not that good of a big game coach. And that was a big game, and I thought Ferentz would be the better coach, and I thought he had the better quarterback. And they played great defense. They held Michigan to 10 points, but their offense couldn't get going. You take a look at Penn State here, who's covered 4 out of the last 5 in this series, but Penn State, welcome to Iowa City with the Children's Hospital overlooking the stadium, because this is not Idaho, Maryland, Pitt, Buffalo, and a walking wounded Purdue team without their starting quarterback. This is a real football team, and you're laying 4 on the road. Under 42.5 looks a little tasty here, but at the end of the day, as bad as Iowa looked last week offensively, and, of course, Penn State's been rolling over a bunch of weak sisters. You know, at the end of the day, I can only take the 4 in Iowa in this game. That number's over the fall number of 3. I think it's going to be a wire football game. I think Iowa's going to be extremely motivated after just a woeful performance. And I think Stanley will have a lot better game at quarterback as well here. I'll take Iowa. And everybody keeps asking me, you put out teasers in the NFL. Why don't you put out a teaser in college football ever? Well, I don't do teasers in college football. But since you asked, why don't you put Iowa in a teaser with Washington this weekend? You get Iowa through 6 and 7 up to 10, 2-team 6-point teaser, and you get Washington in serious motivational mode this week against, come on, you're going to take Sumlin over Peterson coaching? You get Washington at -0.5 point, tease him down off 6.5 to 0.5 point, and tease Iowa up to 10. Just another way to win. If you want a way to win today, tomorrow, the next day, this weekend, DocSports.com. That's the place to be. NFL Line Report, a candid and raw Tony George conversation about my initial reactions to the opening lines in the NFL will be out later tonight and up overnight and into the morning before we post the 10 and 10s in the marquee. So be sure and stay tuned right here on our YouTube channel. We appreciate you tuning in.